We hold these truths to be self-evident.
I'm coming to visit kindred spirits about the objective of TEA, tax enough.
I'm on the school board out at Bennett, and I'm surprised how much our kids don't know about what made this country great.
We got to celebrate what the founding fathers suffered, struggled, and fought against, and why we may have to pick up the same fight ourselves.
I'm a normal, average guy. I'm a fourth generation Coloradan, lived here my whole life, got a third generation family, little upholstery shop business. It's what I've done for a living, and I'm seeing it all being taken away by the government. Can't afford my property tax, lost my customer base because everything's gotten so expensive, and frankly I'm sick of it. I'm at the point where it's time for the politicians in this country to realize that this country was founded on a constitution, and we need to go back to following that constitution. That's the law. And I don't know what kind of world we live in where the government owns car companies, banks, gonna do health care. It's wrong. It's unconstitutional, and I, for one, am not going to stand for it or live under a country like that. I'm here to try to make a difference.
Absolutely disgusted with what is going on. I'm a veteran. I was willing to lay down my life for this country, willing to serve, and I get very upset with these people that are backed by big money, that think that they are serving and yet tearing this country down.
The overspending and the taxes, and I'm afraid of what's going on with my country.
I'm tired of the taxes and the economy.
We agree that we're taxed enough already, that the country's going in the wrong direction, and if folks like us don't stand up and do something about it, it's going to be too late.
I'd like to keep the taxes where they are, or if not lower rather than higher, and keep the government out of my business, all my business.
What issues are you particularly interested in or worried about?
Nationalized health care, just the increase in taxes, and the whole cap and trade thing that's going before the Senate now.
I'm tired of the spending.
Tired of the spending, that's the whole thing.
Knock it off. It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely
spending
insanity.
Like drunken sailors. We don't have any idea of where it's going to end up. We're going to end up everybody in debt.
We can't spend our way out of our debt of our family, so why can the government think they can?
Yeah. Our kids, grandkids will be paying for it. And the health care, I don't want to see rationed health care.
Our Constitution, and of course the Declaration of Independence, which have all been trashed because of our political system currently.
Fed up with big government, fed up with spending, fed up with the horrible health insurance plan that's in the making. We're fed up with the lack of transparency. There is none. We're fed up with press conferences where the people are chosen and the questions are predetermined. Yay, Helen Thomas.
I want to protest against the massive spending and the tax that's going to be coming down the pike here at any time. We're spending all our kids' money, our grandkids' money, the future of this country. We're spending it into the ground.
I want my 4 children to be able to be raised in a country like I was raised in, with values, smaller government.
The federal government and the local government spending more money than they have potential income, and it's going to cause inflation like you can't believe.
We feel that there needs to be a change in both parties to bring the U.S. back to its founding principles of freedom. And we don't need big daddy government. We don't need the government solving our problems. We want the freedom to solve the problems locally and statewide, and we want the federal government to mind their own business.
The government continues to spend money as if it has an unlimited resource, and that ultimately translates to taxes on us. We want freedom. We want liberty. We don't want government telling us what we can and cannot do, telling us how we can and cannot live our lives. We want government to protect us, not rule us.
All the stimulus packages and all the spending, I think, are going to bankrupt our nation, and our grandchildren are going to be paying for this spending spree for years to come.
I came out today because
Well, I think like a lot of the other people here, just to see how much interest there is in actually preserving our freedoms and allowing individual rights to be maintained. The government at this point is acting like it's a given fact that our rights no longer exist and that they can grant them back to us.
We're just very, very concerned about the spending that the government's doing. We're concerned that the programs that they're putting in place are going to take away our choices and our freedoms and our liberties.
We're worried about our children's future. We feel like we're bankrupting them, and that's why we're here. Here's our daughter. This is Lee. Here, Lee.
And I've just been reading a lot of...
We're here for her and for our son Nathan, who's over there. We're very worried about their future. We're worried that, you know, when they grow up, they won't know freedom and prosperity like we do. And that's why we're here.
Loss of liberty. That's the one that scares me the worst. I look at some of the things, even cap and trade.
I'm opposed to socialism. I'm opposed to the bailouts, to the government owning everything.
And the reason we're here is to celebrate a great country's birthday and to celebrate great Americans who are going to be the next great generation, who are not going to falter and who are not going to fail in supporting freedom.
I think our country is in deep trouble because of the deep debt.
And when you have the federal government that's taking over business after business, first of all, you know, the banks and General Motors and making life so miserable for entrepreneurs and the free enterprise system which develops capitalism, that concerns me.
Came out here to celebrate the founding principles that make our republic possible, namely, you know, a reliance on individual economic and political liberty.
Less government and or limited government, individual rights and free markets.
We're here to support both 9/12 groups and the Tea Party groups, and here to put our legislatures on notice that we, the electorate, are watching. Your votes do count, and we will hold you accountable.
That all men are created equal, and that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. That among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.